I am that guy who stays appreciating y'all all day, every day. I wish y'all been doing good. For me, it really has been busy. On top of the mountains, busy building new towers. We have this major event coming up with one of the major universities around Cape Town, somewhere here in the winelands. So the speed structure that's needed it's hectic. It's almost on that Love Island type situation. So we're busy, with our systems. But shout out to y'all, man. My brother Ramuhuyu at Tshilidzi, Ernst Tshilidzi Ramuhuyu asked me if there's any way for the Zimbabwean diaspora to rebuild Zimbabwe without Zanu PF. Of course, there's a lot of ways you can rebuild Zimbabwe without Zanu PF, but the problem now is Zanu PF entitlements may not directly allow us to do such things. Why is that? Because, see, in 2018 when Mnangagwa did the coup, as I said before, I was at this migrated conference, that's Routerboard's internet, and someone in the crowd asked me what I thought about Mnangagwa. For anyone who's interested, you can check that video. It's just Google search or just search Liberty Bwanali Microtic or Liberty Bwanali MUM, M-U-M. You will see that at the very end there's questions that are asked there. So I really did not see anything that would have changed from, say, the regime which we were under. And the coup was done so quick that it was almost a way of protecting a legacy of whatever it is that they were protecting. Legacy of right now what we can call incompetence, legacy of corruption, legacy of no accountability. So there will be fears in accountability if we, the Zim diaspora, invest too much and try to ask questions. Because one, you never get those answers. You only get those answers up until you get into Zimbabwe. And then when you get into Zimbabwe, things will not go the way you would want sometimes based on who you're talking to. Look at the job seeker situation. If they just think you said something or you are a problem, you can be jailed. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that does not allow business flourishing to just be a straightforward, handshake like that. So of course there is a way we can rebuild Zimbabwe, believe me. If you look at the proper connections that we have here, for example, me, Liberty Bwanali, if you track where I've been with the networks, it goes all the way to the Western Cape government when we did the Delft free Wi-Fi. I was the project manager for that with the previous ISP I worked for. Over the years, we have done a lot of university, the fences type of connections, and we've done hectic type of connections. So at this moment, even our type of clientele, the people we deal with, and the developments and just business structures we can bring to everybody is literally on a major level. I won't speak too much onto certain things like that, the aspects of business, but believe me, without connections, you can't move forward. So for people who speak a lot and just talk is cheap. Talk is here, but then solutions, they have to be processed here. So people don't understand that at the top it's hard. I don't sleep, I've got like 2 weeks of day in, day out, no sleep, just working every day to produce. So at the end of the day, we have all sectors of development from Zanzi, diaspora, our South African brothers and sisters. They are willing to ensure Zimbabwe gets back together. But I don't think that's on a political level, because if you put politics into solving anything, it's captured. So privately, can we? Yes, we can do a lot. We can do a lot, believe me. We can bring Zimbabwe, like as of the next 5 years, Zimbabwe can be good. But the private sector has to be understood correctly, and its way of doing business in Zimbabwe have to be allowed to correctly go. Then you will see actually that Zimbabwe is not actually far away from where it should be. Finances and logistics, money can go into Zimbabwe. Because you see, people want money to buy themselves cars, to buy themselves nice things. You know, I don't even want money. You know, I work, I get the money, I buy router boards, I put it back into the community. If you ask the community around me, you know, they'll tell you a bit about me. I won't even tell you about me normal. That's why I'm just happy to keep quiet, produce a lot, and see our people. You know, I cried a lot when I was a child that I needed our people to have their own, to have ways that were simpler, cheaper. I'm glad I'm doing that for our people right now. So it will be good, of course, to help people in Zimbabwe, but as I told you how many times, you know, business logistics, and for people like artists, people like myself, I don't like noise, I don't even like fights. You know, I know how to defend myself and defend the people, but the problem is we can't think, create, develop in chaos. So that has to be something of a transparency path of understanding, is Zimbabwe really willing, are they really open for business like that? Or is it just like a Zanu way of talking? Skills, growth, produce, strengthen. Zimbabwe and South Africa can really grow. People don't even have to come to South Africa, like migrating like that. No. If people like myself and a few people that I know who are really on that level with the connections that they got, getting into Zimbabwe, it takes a few years, 1 to 4 years. But literally you won't even have to see no migration here, because we must produce there. So much will happen there, all sectors, because I don't have to be an architect to understand that we need to build a proper structure. Business ethics, willingness, wanting to do something can allow us to do stuff like that. Accountability, of course. So we can do quite a lot as a people. New age business techniques, those has to be influenced and interjected into Zimbabwe, so that it can be on a modern level, keeping it. I like Zimbabwe the way it looks, believe me. Too much technology sometimes is not good. So at the end of the day, you have to balance it so that people's lives can be better. Look at me, I came from the ghetto. I built my life through technology. Whatever I do, I mean, I understand it through that. I earn a living through that. So at the end of the day, we can do quite a lot. Most of our people, I mean, they have got so much understanding that they just need the herbs to be taught. Put people away from politics for a very long time. Let the people be. Politics must just be, because there's a whole bigger problem of politics interfering in people's lives. Then there won't be progression in moving forward. So too many intellects and a few solutions people and a few problem solvers. We've got a lot of I knows. Yeah, I dropped this video right now. You're gonna see in a few days there's gonna be a lot. They're gonna be like, yeah, there's now, let's talk. But we're gonna talk here all day. But on the ground, there has to be logistics. On the ground, there has to be development. On the ground, there has to be proper understanding. So I thought, let me start there. Then I want to move with a few about this so that we understand each other on what really can be developed. Who can develop these things? Ordinary people. Put politics out of this, because if we have to try to fix Zimbabwe without Zanu, then I don't think we have to talk politics at all. We have to talk now private sector, business, proper logistics of seeing, okay, Zimbabwe is like this. We want it to be like this. How do we now put it together and fix it to make it great? So that's what's up.